Hello everyone, welcome to these Battlegrounds. I'm Bobby B, and today we'll finally be looking at the GIJoe Classified Series, Haslab HISS Tank Crew. Now we're just going to look at the crew in this video, look at the figures and all their accessories and the packaging and stuff, and then the tank and everything will be all separate. That way, kind of spread some time around a little bit and get to actually enjoy some of the stuff instead of just jamming it all into one video. But we've been waiting, we've been counting down. We've been seeing all the numbers past them, and then they finally arrived. There's been rumors going around that, the HISS tanks were here in September and October, and there were a bunch of clickbait videos saying they were shipping soon, and you know what? It's December 10th. Here we are. Let's get into it. So starting numerical order, we'll go with number 99, the Cobra His Driver. So we're still getting the plastic-free packaging. The artwork on the packaging is taken from the HISS tank box itself. And there's a little bit of a box inception going on. You got your shipping box, you got your protective box, you got your actual HISS box, and inside the actual HISS box was another box with all the figures in it, and then inside the figure box was the figure. So, number 99, there's all his attributes. Cobra High-Speed Sentry Driver. So, you got your HISS acronym. Artwork looks good. You got that, like, Mount Rushmore kind of background. You got Destro's face right there. Got Cobra Hiss over here. 6-inch scale. 788 Mark 1 GH7C. On the back, you get kind of like a schematic. It says, you get two hands, but you don't get two left hands. You actually get a left and a right. So that's kind of misleading. But, it's just nitpicking. So, there you have that. There's the top. There's the bottom. Semper Fidelis Serpens. Slide that back there. You get your cardboard coffin. Super disappointed that these are part of the plastic-free era, kind of. He was plastic tied in. We didn't get the rope ties. He was plastic tied in, but we do have paint on this back art piece. Weapons locker is going to be 99. Same ones we've seen. However, we get a little more information on it. Instead of just getting that keypad and everything, we get the Cobra His Driver. So it's a little more. And then you got these weird, like, cuts to open it up. And then I almost ripped them. So it's very interesting. One thing to note, however, though, is there's no fancy plastic wrap, paper wrap with the figures like we've seen with other exclusives. But they are numbered. So this is the Gunners. Come on. So they are stamped with a number. Obviously, the HISS driver's 99. So I thought that was kind of interesting. That caught my eye. I haven't noticed that before with any of the other figures. Going into the accessories, we get this definitely Mars Industries Cobra-esque, like submachine gun with a bayonet. It doesn't fold or anything like that. Pretty straight, so I can't complain. Magazine does drop out. Slaps it back up in there. And then goes from there. So definitely a fun looking weapon. We get a... Oh, let me check that real quick for the... There is a porthole for blast effects. So that is there. Going into the pistol here. Definitely better than what we've seen in the past for a futuristic... Looking relatively realistic, so pretty fun. It's got the little red dot sight. We just switched those at work. A lot of fun to use. It's got the porthole for blast effects. Not too much going on there. And then we get our left and right ground and pound MMA gloves. So I look forward to getting Big Boa and having probably putting these on some other figures. Hopefully they fit on other figures. Kind of like a long peg there. And go from there. Getting into the driver himself. He is classic to a T. So we do get this this overlay that looks pretty solid. We've got this wrist communicator thingamabob. It's in like a gold. It's got some different buttons and stuff. Working our way down. The belt is attached, which is nice, so you don't have to worry about it flying all over the place. It's attached to that diaper piece. And then we got our giant HISS tank driver boots. And they work. But the one thing to notice is there is boot swivel. However, it's in the ankle. So it's like shin swivel, but it's in the ankle. So that's kind of an interesting touch. Not horrible. It works out balances out pretty well. So double jointed pinless elbows, double jointed pinless knees. He's looking great. Let's get one of these. Put these gloves on real quick. So the communicator does kind of slide right off. You kind of got to with the cuff of the gloves going on, and they went right on. So side note, I usually heat up all my figures. I didn't heat up any of these. They've been inside for about an hour or so, a little more, from the FedEx truck. So I didn't heat these up, and they're all relatively pretty good. They're stiff, but it's like a good kind of stiff. So definitely looking forward to seeing the classified series get cleaned up a little moving forward. So that was the HISS driver. These boots are kicking my ass when it comes to trying to get them to stand, though, that's for sure. Oh, come on. Next, we'll go into figure 100. The Cobra His Tactician, the fan vote. I voted for the purple one, and then I also voted for the all black one, and then we ended up with the red and black one to match the to complement the HISS tank. So you got Ron Rudet's autograph there. You got like kind of like a black and white background, something different. Here's his attributes. We get this like the leader attribute instead of the strength attribute. Cobra His 788, same stuff we've seen on all the other one. Same back. And then he's going to be figure 100. So we've known he was going to be figure 100 for a hot minute. And then same thing. Cobra His Tactician. Then his bag obviously is stamped 100. Cardboard coffin. Get that artwork again. Same accessories. However, we get a little more paint garb. So we get kind of like a red instead of just the all black. Otherwise, everything's the same. Magazine drops out. Porthole for blast effects. And then on the handgun, we get a red slide instead of a black. So it looks good. Definitely pops more. Definitely signifies that he's the guy in charge. And then we get red and gray of the gloves instead of red and black. Figure himself, exact same, except he's in black and gray. Got the gray coveralls on, black accents, red accents. Definitely great to get some variation in there. He's got a different communicator. But otherwise, same. We get a little bit extra red here on the boots, which does break up when you get that ankle pivot. Holsters are out a little high. You kind of got to work it down. I mean, you could stretch it out over this, but it would be very stretched. So definitely recommend heating it up if you're going to do that. Otherwise, just kind of leave it in there. Leave it where it's at, and it works out pretty well. You can get the legs shut. It doesn't interfere too much. If it rides up high, obviously you can't close the legs. But there he is. But yeah, I voted for the purple one. I wanted something different. Not because of Techno Vipers, but just because I wanted some color added to the HISS team here. And then working our way to number 101, the Cobra His Gunner. She's not the female gunner. She's not the female driver. She's the Cobra His Gunner. So I was definitely excited for this because if you guys know me, you guys know that I was an open turret gunner in Afghanistan. We're getting an open turret gunner figure. So let's bring it on. Let's do it. So we get artwork of her. It's still pulled from the Cobra His main box. There's all her attributes. You got a little bit of something different where the driver has the small arms. She's got like the explosive shell and some targeting stuff. So something different. I'm all for it. Then in the back you get all her gizmos and gadgets. We do get a new weapon. We get a shovel and a hammer or pickaxe kind of deal. So we'll jump into that. If I can get all this to fit back in without everything falling over. And then we got our cardboard coffin. Going to the accessories, we get that same rifle again. SMG, whatever you want to call it. Nothing different this time, black and silver. Looks solid. Same pistol, all black. We get this awesome shotgun. Drum comes out of it, goes back in. Nice and sturdy, so hopefully weapons are going back to the way. However, the only complaint I got about this would be these shells are a little goofy looking. The gold should be a little bit shorter than that, not split in half, but it works out. It doesn't look too bad from a distance. And it's got the porthole for blast effects. Here's the hammer axe thing. Looks pretty good. Some color would have been nice, but it's not too bad. Then we get the shovel, which was in cardboard. However, it's warped. Nothing that I can't heat up and fix myself, but just annoying. And then it's very, very pliable. But there's your Cobra shovel. Dig out the HISS treads when it gets bottomed out, bogged down. Then the figure, we got some Valkyrie reuse, it looks like, with the arms and stuff, and I'm sure. And then moving down, we still got the gauntlet. Smaller, but otherwise similar in design, just smaller to the driver. And then we got that overlay harness chest piece again. And then we got the, instead of having the ab crunch, we got the diaphragm cut. So, but fortunately the belt is attached to the diaper piece, so you don't got to worry about it riding up like the Valkyries do. Then you got the holster, which does fit kind of higher, but you can just work it down and try to make sure it doesn't get closed into her legs. And then you got your same boot swivel. So we'll grab the gloves and throw them on her real quick. And you probably could have left the gauntlet on because these ones aren't as oversized as the other gloves, and they actually fit pretty well. They actually look pretty solid for her normal gloves, where they're not oversized like boxing, fighting mitts, whatever you want to call them. So I think she looks pretty solid. Definitely looking forward to seeing if these plug into the Valkyries and everything. I'm sure there'll be a lot of great photography and dio shots from everybody with those. So let's get them all lined up here. We got our HISS Tactician. These guys are killing me when it comes to standing. Come on. HISS Driver. HISS Gunner. We got a Cobra Valkyrie. It was a little muddy from my roadblock shoot. And a Cobra Viper. It's a tall boot gang. So, there you have it. That's the Cobra Haslab HISS tank crew. Did you guys pick it up? Did you guys skip out on it? You guys hoping we see him released down the line? I don't think the HISS driver would have been that great of a classified figure without the HISS tank. It kind of would have been goofy, whereas Copperhead could kind of stand on his legs on his own, and you got CoverGirl who can kind of stand on her own. I don't think the HISS driver would have been too great. So, what about Ace and Wild Weasel? Do you think they would be good single card figures? Let me know in the comments below. Till next time, I'm Bobby B from B's Battlegrounds. Load up, grab your kits. I'll see you on the Battlegrounds.